A Quiet Place, directed by John Krasinski and starring Emily Blunt and John Krasinski, is about a family who is living in a post apocalyptic time. They are trying to fend for themselves and are one of the last remaining human beings on the planet, as far as they know. And there are creatures out there that they are trying to avoid and basically just survive. And the only way to do that is to do everything in silence. Basically, making any noise at all attracts them and ends up in your death. Now, I'm a huge social media guy. I am on Twitter quite a bit throughout the day, and I follow a lot of movie news. And this movie had a lot of hype surrounding it. And I was a little worried it was going to skew my enjoyment of the movie just because I was expecting something very great, almost the level of Get Out expectations, because that movie was incredibly hyped as well. And I'm very happy to say this movie does live up to the hype. There is just such this movie kind of goes back to like how Alfred Hitchcock did his movies. Very masterfully crafted, and the suspense in this movie is just out of this world. It is so good. How do they plant certain plot points and build upon them? And it's another YouTuber kind of brought this up. Her name is Grace Randolph, and I really liked how she described it. It's kind of a domino effect. The first half of this movie, it's quite slow, and it's setting up all of these things, but the second half of this movie, it all pays off. All the dominoes start to fall, and it is a tremendous payoff. I mean, the tail half of this movie is probably one of the greater portions of a horror movie I've seen in quite some time. So let's get into the good and bad of this movie. First off, let's start with the acting. John Krasinski, with the writing, the acting, the directing, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood now. I mean, he is just a man that is just so good at everything right now. And I can't wait to see what he can do in the future, whether it's going to be more horror movies or comedy or what. But man, he's so good. He's so talented. I didn't really know it. Only thing I knew was his work in The Office. And yeah, this shows that he's multifaceted and very excited for his future. Emily Blunt, as always, is brilliant. I think she does a wonderful job with what she's given. Although, I think the big problem with this movie is that some of the choices the characters make they seem too cliche. They almost seems like they have to make these choices in order for it to be a horror movie. Which I don't know where that problem stems from. I don't know if it stems from the genre. Because I guess in order for this movie to really exist, problems have to happen with the characters' decisions. And I'm not saying it solely happens within Emily Blunt's character, but there's some stuff in this movie. It's just like a giant question mark when she does stuff. Also, the problem character for me was the older sister in this movie. I think she is just a problem child. She just I don't want to go into any spoilers, but you'll see what I mean when you see this movie. She is pretty much the stem of a lot of the problems in this movie, and I don't know how I feel about her character, especially with like what happens in the end. It kind of made me mad. But I think the acting was good. I just don't. Some of the characters, I don't like the decisions they made. But then again, I don't know if the movie could even exist if the decisions that were made in this movie weren't made. So it's kind of a weird mixed bag. I don't know. You would think it's bad because of the decisions made, but it's actually a really, really good movie. It's odd. It's a really odd movie, but wonderfully odd. You have to see it for yourself to know what I mean. But overall, I mean, the acting, as far as that goes, very solid, very, very well done. Now let's talk about the creature design. The creature can only hear things, and it's kind of it's a cool creature. I like how you can. They're not scared to show off its creature. You see many shots of the creature. I mean, it's not, they're not hiding it at all. Like some horror movies, they kind of just show like a little like it's in part of a frame and it's just kind of in the shadows. And I hate that. Come on, you need to like really make a statement with your creature. And they do. I think the creature is really solid. It kind of reminds me of like the aliens, the xenomorphs in Alien, the Alien franchise. Very similar to that. But I think I have a problem with the creature only being able to hunt its prey by hearing things. I guess they're completely blind, so it doesn't make it as threatening. I still think the creatures are awesome. They're very, very fast, and that makes them quite threatening as well. And they pretty much just instant kill things. I mean, there's almost if it finds you, there's nothing you can do. If it knows exactly where you are, nothing you can do really. It's just so quick and hasty, and I think that's the terrifying part about it for sure. I mean, yeah, I really dug the creature. I just question like how I was able to navigate, like especially inside like a house or something. Can't see, so I don't know. I really dug the creature. Just kind of a small nitpick. Otherwise, yeah, the creatures are great. Acting's awesome. Visuals, I mean, pretty solid. Nothing super spectacular. I think the highlight of this movie is definitely the suspense. I mean, just the dominoes that are placed and that fall down, just really, really well done. Really, really good storytelling. So, guys, I don't have much more to say about this movie except go see it. It's a really fabulous movie. I was quite impressed with it. It's only an hour and a half long, and it's superbly well paced. Just incredibly impressed. So yeah, I would give this movie a solid A. It's just very, very good, and I'll probably end up owning it on Blu-ray. I loved it a lot. So let me know what you think of A Quiet Place in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you at the movies.